What if Asta was a Saiyan? Part 2. Where I left off, Asta just joined the Black Bulls. Now, once they get there, he is immediately requested to do Baptism of Fire by Magni. He ends up throwing his fireball attack, which Izuku just tanks it. He just stands there wondering what he should do. As Magni's like, "What? How'd you just take my fireball?" As Magni keeps doing that until Izuku just sends a ki blast right at him. As he's like, "Okay, I guess you pass." As he hands him a Black Bull robe. Now after this, somebody was watching from the tree line. This is Noelle. She's like, "Well, I guess that's the other new recruit." So after all this Yami ends up telling Asta that he's going to have to be cleaning. The next day, he ends up running into the pillar as he starts cleaning and ends up running away from Yami, who said if he woke him up again, he'd end up killing him. Basically the normal stuff at the Black Bull's hideout. Now, after this, Asta ends up running into Noelle, who's royalty. As he goes up and he's like, "Well, I guess you're the other new recruit. I'm looking to be friends with you sometime." As he puts his hand out to shake her hand, she just swats it away, and Noelle's like, "I'm royalty, treat me with respect." You know, the Noelle people usually know. Now after this, she ends up throwing her Black Bull robe on the ground and walks away, just what happens in canon, and ends up going to the tree with her target. She keeps missing the target as Asta goes over there, because when he was working out, he ended up getting hit by one of them. So when he goes over there and sees Noelle, and then all of a sudden he gets blasted away as Noelle ends up going into a huge water tornado, kind of like what happened to Link's wife, who was stuck in a wind tornado, basically, or just a normal magic wind tornado. Now, everyone rushes out to see what's happening, as Yami doesn't know what to do. Nobody has anti-magic or something that could stop it. So he's just like, "Asta, do you think you could try and use your ki to knock her out?" Asta just like, "Well, I probably shouldn't knock her out because my ki's a little too powerful, but I could probably just make the magic go away for a little bit." So Yami picks up Asta as he throws him straight towards Noelle, as Asta prepares a very, very low-powered Kamehameha. He's like, "Kame, Kame, ah!" As he just sends it, as it just envelops, it just takes over the whole just water tornado. As Noelle looks at this, and as all the water disappears, as Asta catches Noelle as he skids on the dirt. Noelle just is like, "Oh, here it comes, all the berating." So Asta's like, "Whoa, you got some pretty cool magic there. Can't really say the same, I don't really have any." Which ends up going to surprise Noelle. Now, after all this, Yami ends up putting Asta with Noelle and Magni on something to get rid of some boars after losing in, I believe, poker or some type of gambling. So they end up getting rid of the boars, Asta very easily, as he just instantly just chops their head off with a blade of ki. As he's moving along, they end up encountering the ice mages in the village. Now, the ice mages start attacking as Magni sees the old man dying. Asta runs over to the dying man as he picks him up and starts running back to the forest line as Asta pumps some of his ki energy into him, kind of like how Goku did with Hit, how Hit killed him, and then his life energy, or that ki that he shot up, went right back into him, basically reviving him. Asta does this a couple times before the guy just gets knocked out and has a steady heartbeat. So Asta runs back in as Magni asks how the guy is. Asta says that he was able to get his heart pumping again, and he should be fine. Now after that, they have to worry about the ice mages, as they're looking for the magic stone. This is around the time that Nero pops up, but doesn't get the magic stone yet. Now, everybody is behind the magic knights as they're all telling them to save them, as the guy flips open his watch and he's like, "We're minutes off schedule. This is annoying." So he starts trying to attack, but Noelle develops a new spell that allows her to basically trap all the people inside, or just not have any magic get in, like a barrier protecting them. Asta then jumps out of the barrier as he starts throwing ki blasts at them, only to be blocked by ice, which ends up disintegrating by how hot the ki is. This goes on for some time until Asta is pretty much just really tired, as they just kept blocking his attacks. These guys were trained for endurance, I'm gonna say. So they end up hitting Asta back as he slides and hits his head on a house, as he ends up going unconscious. This is where they start to attack, as Magni is barely trying to hold them off. They're like, "Come on, Asta, you gotta be alive." That's when Asta suddenly groans as he gets up his head to see that his friends are losing their magic, as Noelle's spell is slowly getting weaker. He gets determined as he powers up into a red type of ki energy shield around him, as he charges at them and it's like, "Get away from my friends!" As he punches the ice villain, Ice Mage, right across the cheek, sending him right into a building, as Asta takes out their goons, or the lower level mages, their underlings basically. Asta takes them out as this guy sends spears of ice at Asta until he puts his hands by his side and he's like, "Kame, Kame, ah!" As he just sends a massive beam, or Kamehameha wave, right at the guy, just basically putting him to the point of death, as Asta puts him in handcuffs as he passes out. If you're wondering what he was in, he now has the Kaioken. So that is where I'm gonna leave it off, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy What If Asta Was a Saiyan Part 2. Yeah, guys, bye.